Archangel Michael speaks directly to you now, and every word is wrapped in fierce, gentle protection. Listen with your whole heart without distraction and allow these words to descend into your bones like a warm, clarifying light. I command clarity to cut through the fog. I command protection to rise around you like a fortress. This is not ordinary counsel. This is a heavenly dispatch written for the temple of your life. Do not skip this. Do not treat it like any other message. The urgency in these words is not meant to frighten you but to fortify you. There is a woman whose intentions have been hidden beneath pleasant smiles and persuasive words. She has been weaving a web meant to trap you in a scheme that will take advantage of your kindness, your hope, and your trust. Her plans have been moving forward quietly. She has used charm as bait. She has studied your vulnerabilities and chosen the exact moment when your guard would be low. But know this, the light of truth is faster than any darkness. Tonight she will leave. The departure is part of the divine unspooling of what she intended to bring to completion. The act of leaving is not merely physical. It is the moment when the pattern she set in motion reaches a point where the universe must answer. You may feel a rush of emotions, relief, fear, curiosity, and the mix of these feelings is normal. Hold steady. Breathe. I want you to feel the certainty that you are not abandoned. I, Archangel Michael, stand with my sword, not as a threat, but as a shield. I stand with the authority of the heavens to cut away deception and to expose what has been hidden. The hand that lifts the veil is steady, and the time for revelation has come. You are being escorted through this crossing. You will not be left alone with questions that poison your nights. Hear this as a command and as a promise. Do not pursue the person in aggression. Do not attempt to trap her in return. The battle you are in is not won by matching darkness with darkness. The way forward is through discernment, preparation, and faith. I will show you the signs to recognize and the steps that will protect you. I will also place helpers and unexpected witnesses in the path of truth. Begin now to anchor yourself in protection. Speak aloud a prayer of boundary. Declare your name and say, by divine decree, I am covered in light. I am guarded by truth and I release deception from my doorway. Repeat this 3 times and mean each word. Visualize a bright blue-white shield forming around your home, your finances, your reputation, and every point where this woman might attempt to touch your life. This shield is not an excuse for passivity. It is a place of making steady, deliberate choices. Tonight, when she leaves, do not be impulsive. If she was meant to cause harm, her leaving will not erase the pattern that has already been placed. There will be traces, messages, transactions, arrangements, and small legal fingerprints left behind. Document everything. Save every message, every receipt, every paper. Take screenshots. Write down dates, times, short descriptions of conversations. Write as though you are building a case of truth. For there will come a time when truth must be shown not only to your heart, but to others who can help. If you sense fear rising, do not let it lead you to do things that will compromise you. Do not make statements you cannot take back. Do not publish accusations in a way that will bind you to regret. Instead, gather facts quietly and firmly. Keep your presence calm. Let your strength be in your steadiness. Tonight, you are not alone. In the coming hours and days, I will place a clear sign, small, unmistakable, that will confirm what I tell you now. It may be a conversation you overhear, a message from someone who has watched, the sudden arrival of paperwork that clarifies intent, or a dream vivid enough to wake you with a new perspective. Be open to signs in ordinary places. A stranger's remark, an unexpected email, a song that repeats a phrase you need to hear. Hold these signs like keys. They will open doors of clarity. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Prepare your heart for both justice and mercy. The woman who intended harm is still a human soul. The spiritual law is that every act returns, and often that return is the instrument of awakening rather than mere punishment. Allow the possibility that revelation may bring transformation for her as well. But do not confuse mercy with naivety. Protect yourself first. Mercy without boundaries invites the same pattern again. Practical steps you must take immediately. Document everything. Create a single folder, physical and digital, where you keep copies of anything related to her communications and transactions. Organize by date. A clear trail will be your friend. Notify one trusted friend or family member about what you suspect. Do not broadcast widely. Choose one or two people who can act as anchors, witnesses, and advisors. Ask them to be present if any interactions become confrontational. Protect your finances. Check bank statements. Change passwords on online accounts, and consider temporary holds on transfers until you have clarity. If any payment was made or requested, pause and verify. Avoid meeting her alone. If an encounter becomes necessary, bring someone with you or arrange to be in a public place with witnesses. If legal or financial entanglement appears likely, consult a professional. A lawyer or a trusted financial advisor will help you understand the correct steps to take without exposing you to more risk. Pray and pray again. Prayer is not passive. It is an active realignment with truth. Ask me to stand guard. Ask for a light to show the exact path to safety. Do not be surprised if, as she leaves, others connected to her begin to act. People who were complicit or who were unwittingly used may step away, attempt to smooth things over, or even try to divert attention. Keep your boundaries. Let their actions reveal them. Do not rush to interpret them socially. The story will tell itself over time. Also, expect the unexpected help. Angels move through human hearts. A neighbor, an old acquaintance, or a professional in a position to help may suddenly have a word, a document, or the memory you need. Be attentive to courteous knockings on your door, not in panic, but in quiet curiosity. Keep your ears open. I will send language and gestures that will incline those helpers toward you in your inner life. Clear the space of doubt. Doubt is the fuel deception feeds on. When suspicion rises like a bitter wind, answer it with a steady, truthful phrase. I will know the truth and I will be protected. Say this whenever panic or confusion threatens to sweep you off your feet. Repeat it like the rhythm of a drum until your whole body relaxes into faith. If you feel guilt for missing signs earlier, release it. Regret is a teacher, not a life sentence. The divine does not dwell on stigma. It offers correction, provision, and new assignments. Use what you have learned as an armor against future cunning. Your sensitivity, once wounded, will become a refined discernment. Pain today polishes a vigilance that will protect your tomorrows. Tonight at the hour of leaving, you may experience sudden closure, a completed sentence in your mind, a silence that lands like a curtain. That closure is sacred. Let it land. Do not try to force more. When the woman leaves, the energy she intended to create will begin to dissipate. This does not mean everything will immediately fall into place. Repairs and clarifications will still be required. That is the practical work we now prepare for. I will bring people to witness the truth. Sometimes the heavens arrange events that place truth before the eyes of those who need to see. If you encounter someone who remembers details you had forgotten or finds a document you did not know existed, trust the sequence. These are not coincidences. They are divine appointments. You may wonder, why did this happen to me? The answer is not that you were chosen for pain. The answer is that within your life there is a seed of a larger calling. A calling that requires discernment, wisdom, and strength. The test you face is the tempering of a soul that will carry greater stewardship. Do not shrink from the weight. You were not made for small things. You are granted a second wind, a chance to respond differently. The pattern of how you respond now will determine how easily your life will adjust to the next level of blessing. Choose composure. Choose prudence. Choose the company of truth tellers. Those choices multiply into the fields of your future. If the woman attempts to contact you after leaving, do not respond until you have counsel. Silence is not weakness. It is sovereignty. A written, brief, factual message prepared with the advice of a trusted advisor is often better than an immediate emotional response. If communication is unavoidable, keep all exchanges in writing and copy to your trusted witness. Keep tone neutral. The heavens applaud restraint. There is a powerful ritual you can perform for clarity. It is simple and honest. Light a candle, in a quiet room. Hold a small bowl of water and whisper your name and your request for truth into the water aloud. Place the bowl by your bedside after you blow out the candle. In your sleep, you will receive a clarity, a phrase, an image, or a memory that will show you a hidden piece of truth. Record it the moment you awaken. The bowl is a symbol, not a magic. The action is a declaration of readiness to receive. You must also forgive yourself for the parts of the story that feel like failure. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, it means you will no longer allow the wound to define the shape of your days. Cut away the old narrative where it names you a victim and rewrite it with truth. I am wise. I am guarded and I am guided. Speak this aloud every morning for 7 mornings. Where the woman thought to gain profit. Let the universe place barriers. Where she thought to find a way into your life, let there be doors that do not open. These are not curses. They are protective reallocations of sovereignty. Pray for outcomes that preserve your dignity. Ask the angels to move any unscrupulous advantage away from you and to reroute it so that it causes no further harm. Trust that the divine timing is perfect. You may wish the reveal had come sooner. You may wish you had been spared the awkwardness of discovery. Yet the timing of tonight is designed for maximal protection and minimal exposure. If the woman needed to go for things to fall into place, then that leaving is the act that will unravel the scheme without you having to wage a public war. If you need to speak to authorities, do so with a calm and collected voice. Give them facts. Let your testimony be lined with facts, dates, and documents. The world responds best to clarity. In the quiet after the storm, rebuild with intention. Guard your circle. Bless those who stood with you and move away from those who only offered empty sympathy. Reinforce the structures, financial, legal, relational, that keep you safe. Set clear boundaries at every new introduction. Your story becomes a template for greater wisdom rather than a scar that limits you. If you are hurt, weep. Tears are holy. They are a language of release. Let them come without shame. Then rise. When you stand again, you will be lighter and your steps will carry a steadier rhythm. Make a small service of gratitude in the days to come. Place your hand upon your chest and say aloud the names of 3 things that did not fall apart despite this. Gratitude is not denial. It is a tool that reconstructs the heart. Remember the woman who planned harm will leave tonight. But the end of her presence is only the beginning of your reclamation. You will be led to chart new routines, to fortify old systems, and to invite new forms of protection into your life. The divine will place people in your path who offer expertise, who carry keys to doors you did not know existed. Welcome them. You are not the sum of what has been attempted against you. You are the sum of the courage you choose. Now the angels are at your back. The sword is not an object of gore, but of decisive separation, a cutting away of what binds you to harm. Step into the next hours with resolve and a soft heart. Keep expectation for good. Keep readiness for truth. Finally, repeat this aloud. Whenever fear is near, I am seen by heaven. I am guided. I am not alone. I will move with wisdom. Repeat it until the words are part of your marrow. Lean into the support offered by prayer, counsel, and careful action. Tonight the pattern will shift. Tonight the woman will leave and the house of your future will close a door to deception and begin to build a new threshold of protection. Stand at that threshold with open palms and a steady heart. The story is changing and you are invited to receive its healing ending. I seal this message with a promise. You will not be abandoned to the consequences of this woman's choice. The universe will respond with order and with guardians. Keep faithful, keep watchful, and keep your heart open to the helpers who come. You are loved beyond measure. You are held. You are protected. Amen. Archangel Michael speaks directly into the quiet place of your heart. Now, listen with every part of yourself, not with fear, but with the steady certainty of one who is being gently guided. This is not ordinary. This is urgent and it is for you alone. The tone of heaven is low and fierce with protection. Hear these words as if they are breathed right beside you. You are not alone. From the moment you drew breath this morning, you have been held. I, Michael, stand between you and the unseen that would seek to unravel the good the Creator has placed in your hands. There is a woman, not a ghost, not a rumor, but a present intention, who is arranging a trap. Her plan is clever and dressed in sweetness. It looks like opportunity. It speaks like trust. It will promise ease and whisper shortcuts. It is a scam laid like a velvet net. Do not dismiss this as alarmist. Do not run to confrontation. Instead, steady your mind and follow what is most wise. Tonight, this very night, the arrangement she has laid will begin to unwind. The timing of her departure is set. She will leave not because of you but because the current is shifting. Forces she does not understand will loosen the thread she has knotted. That movement is mercy. Yet even as the stormy web begins to fray, remnants of her plan could try to cling to you. Documents, messages, a last-minute plea, or a legal-sounding letter. Do not touch, do not sign, do not respond with urgency born of guilt or pressure. Slow is your shield. Listen now to practical words from the throne of protection. These are not magic chants. These are actions that bring order where confusion would reign. First, create a literal visible boundary. Tonight, set aside one clear, well-lit space in your home, a table or shelf where you place any message, parcel, or document that arrives after sunset. Do not open or reply to anything on that surface until morning. Let it be visible. Let it be witnessed by one trusted soul, a friend, a neighbor, a relative who can stand with you and witness. Witness breaks the spell of isolated decisions. Second, do not transfer money, secrets, or access. If she or anyone acting on her behalf asks for immediate transfer, remote access to your phone or accounts, or pressures you to bypass normal safeguards, refuse. Say aloud, I will not act under pressure. Speak it with calm. The sound of your refusal is a sword of clarity. If she brings gifts that ask for personal information in return, decline. Real gifts never demand the keys to your life. Third, make copies. Photograph and keep a record of every interaction, messages, screenshots, audio, documents. Save them to a secure place that the woman cannot reach, an email account with two-step verification, a locked folder, or a physical envelope hidden in your home. Records are light in darkness. They reveal truth when confusion tries to rewrite the story. Fourth, reach out now to one trusted person and name the concern. The act of naming removes shame and fog. Choose someone who can be steady. Not a co-conspirator in panic, but a clear mind who will help you hold boundaries and remind you of the facts. If you have legal or financial advisors you trust, call them in the morning. Do not try to be a secret hero. Protection thrives in shared truth. Fifth, guard your heart. This scam will try to move through your emotions, flattering you, frightening you, or making you feel responsible for someone else's choices. Remember this, your compassion is a light, not a liability. You can care and still protect yourself. Compassion does not mean surrender. The loving thing is often the most firm thing. Now breathe with me. Breathe in slow. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. With every breath you are aligning with a deeper current of safety. The angels are around you. Information. I am not a rumor. I have stood in battle lines before the face of darkness and watched how one sealed word, one steady boundary changed the outcome. You have the authority to say no, use it. There will be moments when your body feels greasy with doubt and the woman's words will sound like truth. At those moments, return to this. I am not for sale. I am not to be taken by fear. I will act with counsel and time. Speak this aloud as often as necessary. The voice of collective wisdom is louder than any single manipulative whisper. Tonight, as she prepares to leave, she may stage a final scene. It could be a tearful confession, an urgent plea to meet. An I was forced story, or a claim that she will be exposed if you do not act. These are theatrical devices meant to provoke an immediate choice. Do not choose in the theater. Wait. Let the morning bring counsel. The curtain will rise on truth when light returns. There are spiritual practices you can adopt to fortify your days without flaunting superstition. They are simple and grounded. Light a lamp or candle at dusk and look at the flame for a full minute. Offer a quiet prayer. Protector, stay close. The flame is a visible marker of intention, yours and the divine. It tells your spirit you are awake. Speak aloud a boundary prayer when you go to sleep. Holy Guardian, keep watch over my life. Let deceit find no foothold here. Let truth rise and set me free. Say it with humility and firmness. Keep salt or a small bowl of water by your door. These are not charms but symbols, reminders to purify decisions and to step into the day with clear eyes. Sprinkle a few drops of water on your palms and rub them together when you feel anxious. It centers you. If you have a sacred text or a verse that settles you, read it now and in the morning. Words carry order. Let them speak into the corners where fear tries to sit. Practical protections meet spiritual preparedness. When she leaves tonight, there will be an aftertaste of relief and also possible repercussions. People who have been unmasked sometimes lash out by attempting to rewrite the narrative. Keep your witness close. Keep your records closer. Let every claim be met by a calm request. Show me the proof. Proof is the currency of truth. Listen carefully. This is for your ears only. The voice you're feeling now is not the noise of the world. It is a still, fierce kindness. God is speaking to you through love and warning. And Archangel Michael stands at your side like a shield of silver light. This is urgent, not because God wants to frighten you, but because He wants to protect you. Breathe deep and receive this message as if it were a lantern set down in the dark. Steady, clear, and meant to guide your next steps. There is a woman who has set plans in motion that will try to entangle you in a scam. She moves with charm and careful words, and her intentions are hidden beneath a smile. The danger is that she will present something that looks like help, opportunity, or affection. And you may be tempted to accept it because it promises relief or fast gain. God is telling you now, do not rush into any agreement that asks you to sign, to send, to promise, or to give your personal information, money, access, or trust before you have clearly seen the light. Hold gently but firmly to caution. If something asks you to hurry, to keep it secret, to bypass your common sense, that is a bell Archangel Michael rings to warn you. Archangel Michael's message is direct. Protect your name, your identity, your finances, and your peace. He says with urgency that the woman's plan will shift tonight. She intends to leave, to make a move when you might be least ready. This is not a call to panic. It is a call to preparation. Take these steps now as an act of faith and of self-respect. First, stop. Pause any conversations, transfers, or commitments related to anything that feels pressured or inconsistent with your values. If paperwork is asked for, take a breath and ask for time. God honors prudence. If someone tells you there is no time, Michael says that is a sign to step back. Trust that a genuine blessing will not force you into a corner. Second, secure what is yours. Change passwords on accounts you use for money or private information. Check bank notifications and enable any two-step verification if you haven't already. If you are considering sharing identifying documents or allowing remote access to your devices, do not do it tonight. Ask for written, verifiable documentation and give yourself space to consult a trusted friend, advisor, or official before proceeding. Third, speak aloud this prayer of protection now in your own words if you prefer and mean it with the full weight of your heart. God, I ask for your protection. Archangel Michael, guard me. Surround my home, my name, and my future with your light. Reveal any deception and give me wisdom to act. Repeat it slowly 3 times. Prayer is not superstition. It is alignment. When you pray, you place a fence of light around your life that makes it harder for deceit to find purchase. Fourth, listen for confirmations. God often gives confirmations through small practical signs. A phone call from someone you trust, a sudden delay that reveals new information, or a memory that surfaces about a past warning you ignored. If you sense a quiet nudge to check something twice, honor it. Archangel Michael will not always shout. Sometimes he nudges with a persistent whisper. Do not dismiss those whispers. Fifth, do not isolate this. Tell one trusted person what's happening. A parent, a sibling, a lifelong friend, or a counselor. God works through people. A fresh pair of eyes can see what your heart in the heat of the moment cannot. If that trusted person is unavailable tonight, at least write down everything: names, dates, promises made, screenshots, receipts, and any paper trail. Documenting creates clarity and removes the fog that scammers love. God's reassurance to you is simple and merciful. You are not alone. Even if you feel frightened or embarrassed, remember that God sees the truth and is working to keep you safe. He does not shame the one who is cautious. He honors those who steward what they have been given. You are safe when you act with prudence, and you will be guided away from the traps set by those who would use your trust against you. Archangel Michael also brings a warning about urgency language. Scammers and deceivers will use phrases like "only for you." This is a special offer. If you don't act now, you'll lose everything. Or don't tell anyone. These promises create a pressure that is meant to break your careful thinking. When you hear those phrases, treat them as red flags, not as privileges. God's true blessings don't come wrapped in secrecy and panic. They arrive with peace, verification, and time. You may be wondering what tangible actions to take in the next few hours. Here are clear steps Michael urges you to do immediately. Do not send money, gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency to anyone you cannot verify fully. If you have already sent something, contact your financial institution and report it immediately. Sometimes transactions can be stopped if caught quickly. If anyone asks for remote access to your devices or for passwords, refuse. No legitimate helper will need your password to solve a problem. Lock down your accounts by changing passwords and phoning your bank or service provider to notify them of suspicious contact. If any legal-sounding matter is presented, a document, a court order, or an urgent request, insist on independent verification. Call the official number from a verified source, not the one provided in the message you received. Turn on protection for your phone and email. Mark suspicious messages as spam. Block the contact and preserve evidence. Screenshots help later. Archangel Michael is a warrior for truth, and evidence is one of the ways truth finds its way through. If you are feeling emotionally pressured, guilt, fear, flattery, sudden romance, or a promise of status, pause and breathe. These are classic levers used to lower defenses. Call a trusted friend before taking any step influenced by heightened emotion. God knows how hard it is when someone you thought you could trust shows another face. The sting of betrayal is real and your feelings are valid. Grief, anger, disbelief, let them come. But do not let them make your next choice for you. Michael says, stand on the rock of discernment. When your heart is breaking, your mind needs to be steady. Love does not equate to gullibility. This is also a time to claim the strength God has already given you. Repeat these declarations when fear rises. I am guided. I am protected. I will see clearly. Say them slowly with firmness. Let your words be a balm and a boundary. Archangel Michael is with you when you say them. His presence is like a lighthouse that cuts through fog and points you toward safe harmony. If you find that a plan has already taken root and deception is unfolding, do not fall into shame. Shame is a tool that keeps people silent. Instead, act. Contact someone in authority if needed. Reach out to your bank, to a consumer protection agency, or to the appropriate helpline. God does not want you to suffer in silence. He wants you to reclaim your life. Community, legal protections, and wise counsel are all part of the support He places within reach. Also create a small ritual of release tonight, to close the door on fear. Light a candle. Place your hands on your chest and speak a sentence like this. God, I release this fear into your hands. I ask for clarity. I receive protection and I walk forward in wisdom. Do it with intention. Rituals are not magic in themselves, but they help your spirit align with truth and action. Know this. Sometimes God allows the uncovering of a plan not to punish, but to reveal and to rescue. The woman who intends harm may leave tonight, as Michael warned, but her leaving does not mean the threat is over. It means you must remain vigilant for any follow-up attempts. People who are thwarted sometimes try again in a different form. Keep the protections in place. Keep a friend in the loop and do not let your guard down until you can clearly see that all loose ends are tied. You may wonder whether this warning is too strong, whether the fear is yours or a voice meant to control you. Ask God plainly for confirmation. Ask for signs that are practical and small, a clear no in your heart, a trustworthy person who says the same thing, or a detail that surfaces when you check records. God is not trying to frighten you into paralysis. He is inviting you into empowered caution. Finally, rest in this promise. You are loved beyond measure. The urgency of this message is tempered by that love. Archangel Michael comes not to condemn but to defend. God's voice is not only one of warning but of comfort. I am with you. I will not abandon you. Hold that promise as a shield. Walk tonight with alertness and with prayer. Do the practical things. Call the trusted people and let your spirit be silent enough to hear the guidance you've been given. If you would like, I can now create a short checklist you can screenshot and keep on your phone for tonight. A compact list of the exact actions to take in the next 2 hours written so it's easy to follow even in a rush. But for now, breathe, pray, protect, and move with the steady courage God is giving you. Archangel Michael stands ready. Reach out to him in prayer and he will stand closer still. God speaks to you now with a voice that is gentle and thunder-strong at the same time. Listen as if every fiber of your being is tuned to this single frequency because this moment is marked and set apart for you. Archangel Michael stands at the doorway of your heart, shining a light that cuts through every shadow. And he carries with him a mandate, not from any human counsel, but from the throne of love itself. I speak what God gives. This is for you alone. Do not let it pass like wind through an open window. Receive it as if your life were being rearranged by grace itself. There is a woman in the story that surrounds you. A presence that has been moving around your life like a quiet storm. Her intent is to ensnare, to mislead, to profit from your trust. She will try to weave a net of words that sound logical, urgent, and sympathetic. She will present opportunities that glitter, promises that play on your hopes, and a familiarity that asks you to lower your guard. God warns you now. Her plans are not in your favor. She aims to draw you into a scheme of deception that benefits her, not you. She will speak tonight, perhaps with an urgency that seems real, perhaps with tears that are practiced. Perhaps with an explanation that contains elements of truth, but is stitched together to trap you in something that will cost you more than you can afford. This is not a message to make you afraid. It is a message to make you wise. Fear and wisdom are not the same. Fear says run and hide. Wisdom says prepare and protect. God's love for you is not alarmist. It is a shepherd's caution. When the enemy of your peace shows up wearing a friendly face, God arms you with discernment. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a protector of light. He says, "Receive this now and do not dismiss it." He orders this message delivered specially to you because your situation is visible in the realm of prayer and heavenly care. He is assigned to guard you, to clarify what is true, and to reveal what is hidden. He will not fail you. First breathe. Center yourself. A clear mind is a fortress. Whenever you feel the tug of panic, stop, close your eyes, and place your palm over your heart. Speak out loud in a voice that your own ears must hear. God, I am listening. I receive your protection. Michael, stand with me. Repeat it until your breath steadies and your thoughts line up like soldiers behind truth. This is a simple holy discipline. God's presence expands in the soil of calm obedience. Second, do not act in haste. When someone offers you a deal, a plan, or a request that requires trust or money, especially tonight, pause. A pause is not rudeness. It is wise boundary setting. Ask for time. Ask for written details. Ask for references. Ask for names, dates, contracts, and proof. If they speak with pressure only tonight, this is urgent. Trust me. Hear the red bell. Urgency can be a mask for manipulation. God is teaching you to measure offers against truth. If the offer cannot be verified, it is not yet ready for your yes. Third, call out witnesses. God ordains community. Do not clutch a decision like a secret. Tell one trustworthy person, a family member, a friend, a financial advisor, a leader in your spiritual community, and ask them to listen with you. Let them read the message, the contract. Nights you could not sleep. The mornings where the weight of loss sat on your chest like a heavy stone. I want you to know none of those tears were wasted. Every drop has been collected. Every ache has been recorded in the chambers of heaven. You were never alone in your grief, for I was there beside you, whispering comfort into your spirit, even if your mind could not recognize it. Oh, my beloved listener, hear this truth. Grief is love with nowhere to go. But your mother is saying today that your love does reach her. Every thought of her, every memory you replay, every word you speak in longing, it touches her spirit. She knows, she feels it, and she answers with warmth that floods you in unexpected moments. That breeze that comes out of nowhere. That song that plays at just the right time. That dream that feels so real, you wake up with tears in your eyes. Those were not accidents. Those were her. That was heaven's permission for her love to meet you in the spaces of your sorrow. And now she presses further. She says, "My child, I need you to release the guilt you've been carrying. You have held on to the thought that maybe you could have done more. Maybe you could have said more. Maybe you could have been different. Let it go. None of that is true. I do not remember you by your mistakes. I remember you by your love, by your devotion, by the way you cared, by the way you stood beside me. I left this world with peace in my heart because I carried the certainty of your love with me. So stop replaying regrets that heaven itself has already erased." Beloved soul, do you hear the healing in those words? This is your mother's heart. She is not condemning you. She is not disappointed. She is grateful. Grateful that she was blessed with you. Grateful that God gave her the honor of calling you her child. Grateful that even now she watches you grow, stumble, rise again, and fight through life with the strength she always admired. She continues, "I want you to live, not just survive. I want you to breathe joy, not just endure pain. I want you to know that when you laugh, I laugh with you. When you smile, I feel the light. When you take one step forward, I celebrate in the heavens. And when you fall, I do not look at you with disappointment. I reach for you with the same love I had when you were in my arms. My child, you do not honor me by staying trapped in sorrow. You honor me by living fully, by embracing the days God gives you, by chasing the dreams we once spoke about, and by carrying forward the love I planted in your heart." Archangel Michael now speaks. This message is not fleeting. This is eternal. Your mother has been pleading in the courts of heaven for you to hear this, for you to finally know without a shadow of doubt that her love is alive. You are being wrapped in divine confirmation right now. A warmth surrounding you even as you listen because heaven is leaning close to say nothing is lost. Love is not lost. Family is not lost. Every bond sealed in love is preserved in eternity. My beloved, think about this. Your story is still being written and your mother is part of that story even now. She is not watching from a distance with indifference. She is intertwined with your steps. She prays for you in ways you cannot imagine. She intercedes for you in the heavenly realm, standing alongside the angels, saying your name before the throne of God. And do you know what God answers? He says, "Yes, I see them. Yes, I love them. Yes, I will cover them just as I covered you." Now, let me paint the picture clearly. Imagine her voice calling your name, not with sorrow, but with joy. Imagine her hands reaching out, not with longing, but with blessing. Imagine her whispering, "I am proud of you. I am so proud of you." That is what she wants you to hold on to. Not the moment of goodbye, but the eternal reunion that is promised. She is telling you one day, my child, there will be no separation, no pain, no distance. One day we will meet again. And until then I want you to live, because when you live, I live through you. Beloved soul, as these words flow into your heart, don't resist the tears. Let them come. They are not weakness. They are release. They are proof that love still breathes in you. And as you weep, know this. She is closer than you think. She is not just a memory. She is presence. She is love. And love never dies. Archangel Michael ends with this. Carry this message in your spirit. Let it anchor you when the nights feel long. Let it strengthen you when the days feel heavy. And never again doubt that heaven is watching over you. Your mother's love surrounds you and God's promise sustains you. You are chosen to hear this because you were never meant to walk without hope. The voice of heaven does not travel with thunder or the crack of lightning. It flows like a whisper that seeps into the heart. And tonight, that whisper carries your mother's name.